Alright, so what is up guys? Today we're going to be studying about what is return keyword in Roblox scripting and how you can implement it into your games and whatsoever. So we're going to be inserting a script inside a server script service. Alright, so I made a user-defined function here called sum. I'll put the parameters a comma b, and I'm using the return keyword to return the value of a plus b. At the end, I'm using print statement to print the return value of a plus b, and I'm putting the arguments as 5 comma 6. If we run this code, it will print 11. And this is how you use return keyword. It's used for returning a value of any kind of arithmetic operation, or if you want a value of a variable, then you can return it. Alright, so I made a variable here called c equal to 6, and if you were to return multiple variables or the values of multiple variables, you can use a comma, and after that you can put a variable or whatever. You can even put any sort of like table or dictionary or whatsoever. So here I'm gonna put c, and if you run this code, it will print 11 comma 6 because 6 is the value of variable c. Alright, so I've removed the variables a plus b and c in the return keyword, and I've just put solely return keyword as 1, nothing after that or before that. I'll put the print statement a plus b inside of the function sum, and if you were to run this, you will get 3 because a plus b, we'll put the arguments as 1, 2, which is 3. And we can use the return keyword just to terminate from the function, so it just stops the function entirely here. If I were to enter something after this, after the return keyword, it will show an error. And if I were to see the error, it says statement spans multiple lines, use indentation to silence. That's the reason is because return keyword terminates the function entirely, and it does not allow the compiler, whatever this is, or the interpreter, compiler, to read the code after return keyword. Alright, so I've made an example where you can use a return keyword. I've made two parts, part A and part B. I'll put the int value instance in both the parts. Here I define the variables part A and part B, and I define a result variable equal to 0. And I made a user-defined function sum, put the parameters number 1, number 2, and I'm returning the sum of number 1 and number 2. Here I made a user-defined function touch hit dot part hit comma part. The parent is the same thing, so I'm just adding the value of this and incrementing it by 1. And I've called the function sum, and I've assigned it the result of the return keyword number 1 plus number 2 to the variable's result. And I'm printing the variable result here. Here I've used the touch event to detect the touch of part A and part B. And so if we were to run this code, let me just run this. As you can see, it prints 1. Since part A dot value is 1, let me touch it. Okay, no part A. Yes, part B is 1, so it just it runs this code, goes to the function touch, goes here, and hit is my character, part is part B, so it increments the value of value in the part B as +1. It runs the function sum, and since part A value is 0, it returns the value 0 plus 1, which is 1, and we have stored the value of the sum in the variable result, printed it, and it shows 1. So if I were to touch the other one, it should say 2, and it says 2. Alright guys, so that's it for the video. If you guys enjoyed the video, just put the thumbs up, and yeah, make sure to watch my other videos. Thank you guys. Bye bye.